Libra, your weekly love tarot reading begins with the Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and a Queen of Swords. Your person is coming in with the Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Temperance energy, and the Tower. Wow. At the bottom of the deck, you have a victory, Six of Wands, a feeling of being vindicated, right? I told you so vibe is coming through, a na kind of attitude, right? So what are your energies coming into this week, Libra? You're coming in with a feeling of wanting to get on with things, like wanting to be busy, wanting to carry on with some of your goals, your tasks, your projects, etc. This is just your energy in general, aside from your person. Your person is coming in this week also feeling very ambitious about completing some plans, moving forward with some plans. Now, we'll see if this is actually in relation to each other or just your general energy, but let's get some clarity here. It almost feels as though you and your person are both quite busy right now with something new tasks, new projects, etc. Seven of Swords, wow. And now we have Ace of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely your person is in the process of starting some new endeavor. You, however, getting up to no good, Libra. I'm going to be honest. Right? That Seven of Swords energy is up to no good. Like whatever it is you're doing this week is futile. Whatever your objective is, it feels as though you're really not achieving it. Yes, you're going about all the little tasks and doing the little things, right? But at the same time, there's this feeling of you sabotaging yourself over this next period for some reason. I think mostly because you're just not being honest with yourself, There's something going on here that's really distracting you. And you're kind of cutting corners. You're not being quite 100% truthful with people or with yourself. Let's see how you see each other. Now we get into the energy of how you and your person see each other. Well, you see them. Listen, they are somebody who is, Queen of Pentacles, beautiful, successful. They work very, very hard. They have a lot of experience. This person is also somebody who really takes care of themselves. And they're right now, that's what they're doing. They see you as a Knight of Pentacles. So you both are like really resonating with some strong earth energy. But they see you moving towards a goal. They see that you are following, your plans. But something is going on here, Libra, where you're simply not being honest. You're not being 100% honest. And it really, really feels as though you're not even really being honest with yourself. Like you're trying to convince yourself of something. And this kind of disjointed energy is what is kind of causing you to kind of mess up, because as I look ahead, you have a loss here. Well, let's see. Let's get some more clarity, Libra. Fool energy, wow. And Six of Wands again. Well, your person has, they have a victory, right? So this victory, it definitely feels like it's associated with your person. But what do? You're kind of leaping off a cliff here. And then you find yourself lost. Listen, I think you get up to some real shenanigans here, Libra. Something is going on with you where you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, or you're trying to get away with something and you can't help yourself. There's something that's distracting you that you cannot help yourself moving towards. And it really causes you some grief here. Your person... Six of Wands, it's almost as if your person knew this was going to happen and they end up like with this oh, wow. Hello. Sorry. Come on. Stop that. I am so sorry. Can't control the animals, Your person kind of ends up with this vibe of like, you know what? I saw this coming. I saw this coming. I knew you were gonna do this, and like when I say a victory, yeah, they're not happy about it. It's not so much a victory. It's much more like a feeling of vindication, a feeling of, oh, I was right all along. Now they've been moving forward with what they're doing. They have their own plans. I feel like that they've really kept to themselves. Listen, it almost feels to me, Libra, like you're in a relationship with this person, right? And this person knows that you either have been pining away for somebody else, or somebody else has caught your eye, or something is going on where your energy is not 100% with them. They've carried on with their plans. Nothing is slowing them down. And all of this comes out because how do you see your role in the relationship? Well, here we get even more interesting. You find yourself at a loss. You find yourself like, oh shit, you lose. You're just stuck in the past, and I think it's almost as if you're still with this person here, but you're like actually still mourning the breakup of a past breakup. Your person is resonating with temperance. It's almost as if they're like, I know, they're doing this sort of like, I know you're healing. I'm here to help you heal and all of this sort of thing. But the honest truth of it all is, Libra, you're involved in a relationship with somebody here, and you are not at all present in this actual relationship. You are still very much stuck in thinking about somebody else, maybe even trying to move toward that person. Definitely someone in the past, a breakup that you just haven't gotten over. And it's to such a degree that you're fully in the throes of thinking about it, dealing with it, and all of that while you're in this relationship with this person. And they're just exercising temperance. They see their role as temperance, meaning, that you found somebody who's willing to sort of be really kind of like, oh, Libra, well, then let me help you heal your heart. And they're tempering themselves, and, they're treating you with these strong kid gloves because you're coming across as very emotionally vulnerable. But the thing is, you're emotionally vulnerable over a past love, someone that you just cannot get over. Yeah. Mars and Scorpio energy, 5 of Cups. Yeah, it's like it's not letting go of you. And it doesn't really matter that you're with somebody here or not, or how supportive they are. More Queen of Pentacles energy and more 5 of Cups. What? Yeah, so listen, you both kind of, this may end up being a breakup. It may end up being a breakup because now your person is also feeling lost, but they're more feeling kind of just left out in the cold. They're in the midst of mourning the loss of this kind of connection here with you, in the middle of losing the connection. You, Queen of Pentacles energy, Queen of Swords energy, you move forward with honesty. I think you really respect this person here a lot. They clearly represent this Queen of Pentacles for you. You really respect them. You respect who they are, but you're just not in love with them. And I think ultimately you're just very honest about it all, right? These are possible outcomes for you and your person. You, Queen of Swords, them, the Tower. They have a Tower moment where I feel like, despite the fact that they kind of knew this was all going to happen and they had a sixth sense about it, when it actually happens, it's still a Tower moment for them. You come across as just finally like, being clear about it all. This is me. This is how I feel. This is who I am. And you share that with them. And yeah, that's a Tower moment for them. Yes, it feels very much like you engaged in this relationship. And you were just never really here. You were never really there. Like, you just followed the movements. Sorry if you can hear that siren in the background. Living in a big city. You just kind of followed the movements that you should follow in a relationship. You did what you were supposed to do, you guys. But it was all like just kind of very robotic. The truth of the matter is that deep down, you're bleeding. Your heart is still bleeding for somebody else. And ultimately, you end up breaking this person's heart too. Because they see that, Unfortunately, Libra, they see that no matter how much they've tried to support you and zhuzh you up and tell you, and be there for you, ultimately it doesn't change anything. And they find that none of it mattered and that you were never healing. You were continued to be stuck here. Spirit of the Fox, Spirit of the Pegasus, and Spirit of the Scales. All right, so yeah, Spirit of the Fox, cunning, strategy coming in, cleverness, trying to be clever. Spirit of the Pegasus, unrealistic expectations, delusions. This is a little bit of somewhat of what you're dealing with right now. I think you had some really unrealistic expectations of what this relationship here could do for you, It just was never going to compete because you're still extremely heartbroken. Spirit of the Scales, karma, justice, balance. Things definitely need to be rebalanced because, again, there feels like there's been such an imbalance here. Certainly from the point of view that you just weren't bringing any real energy to a future with this person. You may have been saying all the right things and doing all the right things and making all the right, actions, right? You guys go out, you do your thing, you hang out, you have sex, blah, blah, blah. But like the whole entire time, your mind is not at all there. Your mind is completely somewhere else. Horse energy and cosmic egg. Your mind is completely with a previous connection, love connection that is just not... You're not getting over. Horse and cosmic egg. Horse is the animal spirit of earth, the master of earth. The earth master, the horse is able to cross any terrain, no matter how difficult, no matter the distance. The horse is the quintessential animal spirit for freedom and independence. Freedom more than anything, just pure, unadulterated freedom. Freedom to be and do and act as you please. The horse's stamina is unparalleled. Cosmic egg is associated with the seventh chakra or the crown chakra. Completion, like just coming full circle. Really, really coming full circle and being, to a certain degree, in a totally new position here, Libra, but also at the same time being right back, in a way, to square one. Where you started? No, never back to where you started, but back to a place that is another start. And yeah, I think that there is completion here in as much as, how many just fell out? Too many? Well, I'll take them with 3. Confusion, search, and limits. All right, let's move this over a little bit. We have confusion fell out. Yeah, there was a lot of confusion, especially even when you're kind of lying to yourself. You know what I mean? When you lie to yourself about how you truly feel, that's a mess. Searching, right? Searching yourself, trying to understand what's really going on, searching your heart, searching your feelings, and limits. The limits to so much of what you can and cannot do. There were limits here in this relationship to begin with, because ultimately at the end of the day, you were just not healed from this previous connection. You simply were not healed from it. All right, guys. Libra, this is your reading. Thank you so much for joining me this week for your weekly Love Tarot reading. If you enjoyed this reading, got some resonation out of it, please go ahead and hit the like button. Consider subscribing or sharing. Any of those actions really help my channel. And I really appreciate when you take the time to do that. But for right now, I'm going to wish you all love, life, and happiness. And I hope to see you guys here on my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot, next Tuesday for your weekly Love Tarot reading. Bye-bye now.